1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do the scene set at half-time, guys. I might actually change the Galway one. It's probably just as well. Okay. So we're underway in Carrick-on-Shannon. Barry McNulty at Leitrim got his hands on the ball. And there's a big Leitrim crowd here. Tom Pryor, one of the survivors from the 2022 team that played Galway in the Connacht Championship. They lost heavily that day. Here's Ryan O'Rourke, he's the captain. Conor Quinn, the other midfielder. It's 1994 was the last year that Leitrim managed to beat Galway in the Connacht Championship. Galway today bidding to make their 11th consecutive Connacht final appearance. So there's pressure there. Oisín McLaughlin on the ground. And all very tight down there, and it's a free out to Galway. So Paul Conroy will be 37 next month. Killian McDaid, great to see him back fully fit and playing for Galway. Here's Dylan McHugh. Galway are big favourites. John Daly, Paul Conroy, and Conroy going for two. That's from outside the 45-metre line. It's going to drop short. It's a bit of a tester. Seán Harkin, the Leitrim cornerback, just let that go, and it goes down as the first wide of the game. So Cillian Gaffey from St Mary's has the ball on the kicking tee already. The conditions absolutely perfect. So Cillian Gaffey goes to his left, and the mark claimed by Seán Harkin. So Leitrim building from inside their own half, and the referee is actually goes back to give Leitrim a free. That's up towards John Maher, but he couldn't get to it. And a lot of Leitrim players getting touches of the football early on. Another one now for Ryan O'Rourke. He was on that 22 team as well for Leitrim. 17 new players brought into the panel by Stephen Poacher for the 26 season. Oisín McLaughlin is being fouled. He's one of their brilliant under-20s, and McLaughlin's still playing on. And we're going to go back for a free in for Leitrim. Niall Cullen of Fermanagh is the referee. And the free, well, it's just outside the 40-metre arc. But the pull of the jersey, the pull of the shorts, and the foul on Oisín McLaughlin. And here's Barry McNulty. In one game against London this year, he scored 6 two-pointers. This is well within his range. The captain of the UCD Sigerson Cup team, Barry McNulty, making sure over this, and McNulty trying to draw it in, and that has gone wide. It's a surprising miss from Barry McNulty. So Conor Flaherty gets the nod in goal for Galway today, finds Liam Silke. Leitrim had backed off the pressure on the Galway full back line. Johnny McGrath. And now it's worked up to John Maher, the captain of Galway this year. John Daly. His passing ability, well, when he's not playing, it's a miss for Galway for sure, but they have him in today. Dylan McHugh. McHugh been tracked by Conor Quinn. Leitrim had an up and down campaign in Division 4. Here's John Daly with the long pass. Oisín MacDonnacha, and now Paul Conroy has to check back, faced with Barry McNulty. Liam O'Conghaile. Now Dylan McHugh stays involved, and look at Liam Silke, and he's free. Now he's closed down. Silke with a chance, and Silke, well, he wanted to fist the ball over the bar. It's Mark Diffley who claims it and cleared it off the line for Leitrim. Well, Silke found himself in a lot of space initially, and then Leitrim surrounded him. But Leitrim now not having it their own way as they look to take the ball away from their own goal. Barry McNulty, his dad Desi, won a Connacht under-21 title with Leitrim back in 1977. McNulty lets the ball do the work, and the pass goes over the head of Fergal McLaughlin. His brother Oisín is on the team. Now it is Ben Guckian. Ben Guckian to Conor Quinn. So Quinn forced to check back out. That's Seán Fitzgerald doing the closing down for Galway. Been playing for 5 minutes and we haven't had the first score of the game. Mark Diffley. So Diffley going side to side. Tom Pryor. Conor Reynolds is the Leitrim fullback. Reynolds takes the contact and gets away from Paul Conroy. Oisín McLaughlin. Now it's Conor Reynolds, he stayed involved. Leitrim have got their numbers correct at the back, and well, they're holding onto the ball. Tom Pryor needs some forward momentum. Killian McDaid makes the challenge, and the ball turned over, with the referee has given the free to Leitrim for McDaid's challenge. Now there's some pace in the attack. Ryan O'Rourke. O'Rourke thought about the shot. The winds, the breeze, it's not really a factor today. Ben Guckian, another St. Mary's man. Now it's come out to Barry McNulty, and McNulty has missed that one. So they created another chance, and it's a second wide for Leitrim. Good support for Galway, as you would expect, in Carrick-on-Shannon. So Conor Flaherty picks his spot with the shorter kick out, and Leitrim have put some pressure on this time. Seán Fitzgerald helped out by Johnny McGrath. Finnian O'Leary and Cillian McDaid now. Liam Silke. Keen Darcy. And now John Daly again. So can they get a score out of this attack? MacDonnacha, that's really nice football, and there's the first point of the game, and it's come for John Daly. They're delighted to have him back playing at centre-back Galway. And this was nice. Daly was at the heart of it, the long fist pass, and Oisín McDonacha put it on a plate for John Daly. They lead after 7 minutes. Killian Gaffey, long kick out, and there was a push in the middle of the field, a foul on John Maher by Conor Quinn, and Galway get on with it quickly. Dylan McHugh with the ball in, but good defending back there. I think that was Killian McLoyne, and it's gone out and wide. Gaffey varying the kickouts. That one's over to this side, but it was too close to Paul Conroy, and that familiar sight as they get going again. Cillian McDaid, that's Keith Keegan behind him, and Galway, well, 4 Leitrim defenders in front. The referee was playing an advantage, and really there was no space at all for Finnian O'Leary, and well, Keith Keegan was close to this. They had the numbers back there to cover Finnian O'Leary, but the referee penalises Leitrim, and this is Rob Finnerty in the 9th minute. Such an important player for Galway at every time, but particularly in this league campaign. The league campaign just finished. A lot of big name players weren't around. Finnerty was there. And we're in the 9th minute, and Rob Finnerty with a routine free to open his account in Carrick-on-Shannon. Galway 2 points to no score to the good. So Pádraig Joyce, this is his 7th year in charge of the Galway footballers. They're going and bidding for a record 5th Connacht title in succession. A record equaling 5th Connacht title in succession. That's a clean take out of the middle of the field by Tom Pryor. He's been prominent for Leitrim. They've yet to score, and now it's Barry McNulty has had 2 chances. There's a third, and unfortunately Barry McNulty has missed that one. So it's a hat-trick of misses for Barry McNulty, and he's gone down injured, and really they need him on the field of play. Just what happened, it was Seán Fitzgerald who got across to make the challenge, and that's worrying for Stephen Poacher, the Leitrim manager, with Barry McNulty picking up a knock early on. So Barry McNulty is only 20 years of age. He scored 1-6 the last day against Sligo. So Galway get the kick out away easily. Seán Fitzgerald. And now it's with John Daly. Daly finds Finnian Laoi. Killian McDaid. McDaid, well, just moves the ball forward. Oisín MacDonnacha. 116, he scored in the league. And now it is John Daly again, outside of the left boot. That's wide though. Cillian Gaffey again getting good distance on that. Conor Quinn with the ball, and he's fouled by Paul Conroy. Leitrim get on with it quickly. Fergal McLaughlin. Ben Guckian. Tom Pryor. It's a strong line of that Leitrim team. The half-forward line. Pryor turns back in. He just was unfortunate to slip, but he's still going. And Pryor lost control of the ball, but Galway looked a little unsettled there. Finnian Laoi picks up the ball, and here come Galway. Cillian McDaid. An impressive sight when he's in full flight. Leitrim funneling their defenders back. Dylan McHugh. Liam O'Conghaile. Conghaile finds Seán Fitzgerald. Rob Finnerty. Finnian Laoi with the shooting chance, and Finnian Laoi has converted it. So there you go. 12 minutes played, and that was more fluid from Galway. They're getting into a rhythm now and making it very difficult for Leitrim. Finnian Laoi with his first point. That challenge from Mark Diffley was a bit on the late side. Here is Barry McNulty. Nice ball. Reardon O'Rourke, and Reardon O'Rourke scores the first point of the day for Leitrim. They've kicked 3 wides in the match so far, so they have been creating the chances, but Leitrim opened their account after 12.5 minutes, and it's Reardon O'Rourke. Oisín MacDonnacha to Paul Conroy. Liam Silke. John Daly. Daly, Dylan McHugh. Rob Finnerty. Finnerty, well, they're getting players free. The movement from Galway is good, as you would expect. Liam O'Conghaile, Rob Finnerty. This is for 2 points, and Finnerty's effort has gone wide. Killian Gaffney's kick out is won by Darcy, doing damage around the middle of the field for Galway. Runners popping up all over the place, and that's really nice from Liam Ó'Conghaile. So that is, again, more like it from Galway. They're getting into this better rhythm. Liam Ó'Conghaile has been impressive in the last few minutes for them. Just over 14 minutes played, 4-1. So Cillian Gaffney's kick out. He's been busy in the Leitrim goal, and Leitrim win their own kick out. Keith Keegan caught by Oisín MacDonnacha. Fergal McLaughlin. They've 1 point on the board. Now Oisín McLaughlin. Back to Fergal. Two brothers combining for Leitrim. And, well, Fergal McLaughlin under incredible pressure. And that's a free into Leitrim. Well, Fergal McLaughlin did so well just to hold onto the ball and not foul it himself. But just look at this, he's surrounded. Absolutely surrounded. Lost control of the ball, got it again. And the referee has given him a free in. That was serious strength by Fergal McLaughlin. Galway not happy with the referee's decision, but anyway, it stands. And here's Barry McNulty. He's kicked 3 wides, and this is nice and close. Oh, and Barry McNulty. Barry McNulty missing that. It comes off the outside of the post. Barry McNulty could have 4 points in the match so far. Killian McDaid. Paul Conroy. Liam Silke. John Maher. Galway have been, well, they've been working away. They had a training camp in Portugal. Well, it's understandable if there's a bit of rustiness in there after 5 weeks without a competitive game. Here's Liam Ó'Conghaile, certainly not looking rusty at all. And Liam Ó'Conghaile has put that one wide. Cillian Gaffney again goes long with the kick out. Ball breaks for Darcy. Conor Quinn is over there with him. Owen McLaughlin arrived too. So Stephen Poacher is second year in charge of Leitrim. Over the moon with the victory over Sligo, their first since 2011. This is Oisín MacDonnacha, and MacDonnacha's hit the post. Ball breaks loose, Leitrim quickest to react. And that is a foul on Mark Diffley, who's cleared one off the line and then got on that breaking ball at the end. Now Oisín MacDonnacha didn't give the ball back initially, and then just, well, made it clear to the referee that he wasn't impairing anybody from Galway, but that is an awful clearance now. It's Finnian O'Leary for Galway. Leitrim, architects of their own downfall in this situation. Killian McDaid has put that one wide, and some of the shooting from both teams in Carrick-on-Shannon leaving a fair bit to be desired at this point. Cillian Gaffney. That was Keith Keegan who got his hands on that, but Galway have won the Leitrim kick out, and it's a free in for Galway. So a Galway player down, injured, but not for long. Finnian O'Leary helped back to his feet by Paul Conroy. So Reardon O'Rourke is the player who was involved in this incident. It was high from Reardon O'Rourke, and he's got a yellow card. John Daly back to Paul Conroy. Killian McDaid. Finnian Laoi. So Galway working the ball across the field. Dylan McHugh. Paul Conroy. John Daly scored the first point of the match. Liam Silke. Oh, Silke is still going. Brilliant play from Liam Silke. Keen Darcy. Now John Maher and Rob Finnerty thought about it off his right. Dylan McHugh. Leitrim swarming defenders all over the place. Paul Conroy for 2 points. And that's a brilliant effort from Paul Conroy. That's very much in his locker, isn't it? And that's the first 2-pointer of the game. And Paul Conroy, such a threat from these situations. So Galway now lead by 6 points to 1. Cillian Gaffey. So Barry McNulty got his hands on that, and now off he goes. Hasn't had a great day with the shooting boots, the 20-year-old, but that can all change pretty quickly. Ryan O'Rourke, the Leitrim captain. Johnny McGrath goes with him. Come back out to Ben Guckian. His dad, Brendan, was on the 1994 Leitrim panel, that famous team. Tom Pryor. So Pryor just checking where the Galway cover was, and there was lots of it there. Fergal McLaughlin. McLaughlin from a difficult angle. Goalkeeper Conor Flaherty out quickly. But the referee blows the whistle. He was playing an advantage. And this is another free for Barry McNulty. And this, well, it's a tester for him. Fergal McLaughlin just kicking the ball back into the position where the free is going to be taken. And, well, Barry McNulty has had 4 point-scoring chances, and unfortunately for him, he has missed them. And he's not going to take this one on either. So the goalkeeper, Cillian Gaffey, is going to take this. It's outside the 40-metre arc. So this could make healthy inroads into the Galway lead, which is 5 points at the moment. We are in the 22nd minute in Carrick-on-Shannon. And Cillian Gaffey outside of the right boot. That's beautiful, isn't it? And he punches the air in delight, Cillian Gaffey from the St. Mary's club. So a 2-pointer in the 22nd minute, the 2-point free from Cillian Gaffey to bring the Galway lead down to 3 points. Johnny McGrath. Dylan McHugh. Finnian Laoi. Killian McDaid. Quick attack from Galway. Liam Silke. John Maher. Maher with Mark Diffley in front of him. Rob Finnerty. Finnerty goes back out. John Daly scored the first point of the day for Galway. Paul Conroy, I thought he was going to shoot for 2. Conroy ends up on the ground. A collision. The referee is playing an advantage. Liam Silke, and Silke goes through. Silke with a goal-scoring chance. He's blasted it wide. We will go back for the free. All the way back. Well, first of all, that was Liam Silke. And he took on the opportunity, took on the chance wide. So that was the foul by Tom Pryor on Paul Conroy, and that's why the referee was playing an advantage. Rob Finnerty has a point already. That was from a free, much closer in. This outside the 40-metre arc. So Finnerty had Ó'Mailcharáin near him, and Finnerty has put that wide. So it's understandable, I suppose, there'll be some rustiness from Galway. There's been a fair bit of it on show, but they haven't played a competitive match in 5 weeks. So a lot for Mickey Graham back in Carrick-on-Shannon and Pádraig Joyce to contemplate at this point in the first half. They lead, but only by 3 points. Now that one is right on the edge for Mark Diffley. He did well. Serious pressure from Galway. Free awarded, and well, Mark Diffley wanted to continue going, and I'm not sure why he wasn't allowed to do that. Tom Pryor. Ben Guckian. Oh, there's a mistake by Mark Diffley, and the ball surrendered, and here come Galway. The quick attack, the counter-attack off the Leitrim mistake. Rob Finnerty. Finnerty for 2. That's much more like it. That's a lovely score. And it's from a Leitrim mistake in possession. It's a 2-pointer, their second one, Galway. In the 24th minute, Rob Finnerty, you can see him just check back, step outside the 40-metre arc. And it's game over then, isn't it? 8-3 Galway. John Maher off the Leitrim kick out. Galway just lifting the pace a bit. Leitrim have more than held their own in the first 20-odd minutes of the game. Paul Conroy. Conroy wound up for that. Now it's going to drop short. Leitrim with plenty of defenders back in position to deal with that. Killian McLaoin put under pressure by his marker, Oisín MacDonnacha, and Galway swarm in. Rob Finnerty. Another Leitrim mistake is punished, this time by Cillian McDaid. And at this level, with 10 minutes to go to half-time, Leitrim just cannot afford to make errors like this. With Rob Finnerty about, with Cillian McDaid about, it's 9-3. Killian Gaffey, huge belt to the ball again, and it's fallen kindly for Keith Keegan. Keegan, a little bit of space for him. Galway with plenty of defenders back. Leitrim need to play quickly. Oisín McLaughlin been forced towards the end line. He'll have to come back out. That's John Maher with him. McLaughlin belts the ball out the field. It's a little bit too far, but they still have possession. Fergal McLaughlin. Ben Guckian. Owen McLaughlin. This is Seán Harkin. Fergal McLaughlin. To Oisín McLaughlin, his brother. So Oisín, again, he thought about the shot, then ends up on the ground. There was a collision just as the ball left his left hand. Tom Pryor. Now, here they come, they're through. Barry McNulty. And that one has gone wide for Barry McNulty again. Another Leitrim wide, but it's another opportunity created, but they're just they're not clinical enough. So that kick out from Conor Flaherty, claimed by Oisín McLaughlin. Tom Pryor, again that maroon and white wall is set up in there, and a free has been awarded to Leitrim. The foul on Tom Pryor. Cillian McDaid doesn't look too impressed with this call, but it actually wasn't his foul at all. So Leitrim with this free. Ben Guckian has taken over the frees from Barry McNulty. So Guckian trying to draw this back in. It has some work to do, but it's done it. Ben Guckian. So that's their 4th point, and they're only 5 behind, 28 minutes played. Now, can Leitrim win a second consecutive Conor Flaherty kick out? Flaherty letting it go long. And Paul Conroy threw himself at the ball but couldn't get on the end of it. He believes he was fouled. Referee did not see it that way. Barry McNulty. McNulty, serious athlete, big physical powerhouse around the middle of the field. And then, well, Cillian McDaid ended up on the ground. Fergal McLaughlin was there, and it just gets a tiny bit messy for now. Barry McNulty is the player down on the ground, and he will need treatment. And they want Killian Gaffey to come forward to kick the free. So this is what happened. That's Cillian McDaid, Finnian Laoi there, and Cillian McDaid was the second part of that challenge, which Fergal McLaughlin was not impressed with. Barry McNulty was caught in the face, so the referee has the notebook out. So Cillian Gaffey has come forward to line up this free. So the notebook is out. And Cillian McDaid has a yellow card. So Cillian Gaffey has kicked one 2-point free already. That was about 7 minutes ago. And we know he does kick the ball a very long way. But the other 2-pointer was to the right of the post as well, and he managed that one very nicely. This one even further out. Just the same sort of challenge 5 minutes ago to half time, and Gaffey, now that one did not work. So it's another Leitrim wide. Oh, another short kick out has gone wrong for Galway. Great hassling and harrying by Ryan O'Rourke, the Leitrim captain. Ben Guckian. Conor Quinn. Mark Diffley. Mark Diffley again. So Leitrim with possession because of the Galway mistake at kick-out time. Seán Harkin. Harkin right on the 2-point mark, and Arkin, he's dropped that one short. It's another scoring chance created though. Cillian McDaid surging forward for Galway. Dylan McHugh. Niall Cullen, the referee, a little bit too close to the action. And Silke not going to be allowed to go forward. So the ball is going to be thrown in because it hit Niall Cullen. Galway feeling aggrieved because they had the ball, and well, Niall Cullen didn't affect the flight of the ball that much. Now Galway have it. Johnny McGrath got his hands on that. Finnian Laoi. Liam O'Conghaile. Galway lead by 5 points. Killian McDaid. Rob Finnerty hasn't seen as much of the ball as you would expect. Here's Liam Silke. Silke had a goal-scoring chance, 2 goal-scoring chances in the match. Leitrim turned the ball over. Barry McNulty. Just over 3 minutes to go. Owen McLaughlin working really hard to get ahead of McNulty, who's carried the ball a long way. He's had a nightmare shooting today, and that continues for him now. Took on the responsibility, but you just feel it's not going to happen for Barry McNulty, the 20-year-old. He's tried absolutely everything. Here's John Maher, Dylan McHugh, the quick Galway counter. Last few minutes of the first half. Oisín MacDonnacha. MacDonnacha for 2 points. And that's wide. Killian Gaffey really kicks the ball a huge way, very high also. Leitrim win their own ball. Fergal McLaughlin, Mark Diffley, Conor Reynolds, Cillian McLaughlin, Conor Reynolds, Mark Diffley, Tom Pryor. 9 points to 4, they trail. Tom Pryor. Oisín McLaughlin. You can hear the screams of Oisín from his teammates, and McLaughlin, ball taken away from him. Wasn't the best decision he's made in the match so far. And Galway attack at speed. Dylan McHugh. Paul Conroy. Conroy. Barry McNulty fouled him. Referee was playing an advantage. And I think Barry McNulty, well, the notebook is out. Well, it's just that challenge there. Last minute of the first half. Killian McDaid. Dylan McHugh, Rob Finnerty. Thought about laying it off a couple of times. Now gets rid of it. Here's Liam Silke. He's been prominent in attack. Liam O'Conghaile from 46 metres away. Time against them, and that's a beauty from Liam O'Conghaile. Their third two-pointer with 30 seconds left in the first half. He's had some bright moments, Liam O'Conghaile. Certainly justifying his inclusion in the starting 15, Galway 11, Leitrim 4. So Cillian Gaffey in the last few seconds of the first half, and there is the hooter. Galway go in front. They haven't been at their fluid best. Leitrim have hung in there. They've created a lot of chances and just weren't ruthless enough in front of those posts. But it is Galway who have the advantage at the break by 11 points to Leitrim's 4. Now, guys, I'm going to give you that scene set again. Now, okay. Whatever you want to do, yeah, I'm just going to do this scene set now for them. Yeah. Okay, here's the scene set. Leitrim manager Stephen Poacher makes just one enforced change, with forward Ben Guckian replacing the injured Gavin Reynolds. Barry McNulty was the star of their famous win over Sligo. This team includes 6 survivors from their last meeting with Galway 4 years ago. There's one late change on the Galway team. That's at fullback. Cian Hernan is ruled out of the matchday 26 and replaced by Seán Fitzgerald. Oisín McDonough starts in attack after an impressive league campaign. Killian McDaid returns along with John Daly. Paul Conroy captains. Sugar. Okay, right. I can give you the whole lot again. Leitrim manager Stephen Poacher makes just one enforced change, with forward Ben Guckian replacing the injured Gavin Reynolds. Barry McNulty was the star of their famous win over Sligo. The team includes 6 survivors from their last meeting with Galway 4 years ago. There's one late change on the Galway team. That's at fullback. Cian Hernan is ruled out of the match day 26 and replaced by Seán Fitzgerald. Oisín MacDonnacha starts in attack after an impressive league. Killian, McDaid and John Daly return. Paul Conroy partners captain John Maher in the middle, and their bench features Damien Comer and Shane Walsh. So that's it. We'll talk in a little while. Second half underway in Carrick-on-Shannon. Oisín McLaughlin of Leitrim is now wearing number 30. He had blood on his jersey. And Galway on the attack straight away, but the ball will come back out. It's well read by Cillian McLaughlin of Leitrim. Keith Keegan put under pressure. Galway leading by 7 points. A little stumble by Keith Keegan, but he did so well to get his hands on the ball and win a free also. So this is what happened with John Daly. And Keith Keegan did well. So Stephen Poacher very close to the action here with Killian Gaffey, the goalkeeper, coming forward to have a crack at this. Scored one in the first half from much closer in. This is a long way out for Killian Gaffey. Gaffey does kick it a long way. It drops short on the 13-metre line. It's helped on by Keith Keegan, but in the right place for Galway was John Daly. He scored the first point of the game. Here come Galway. Liam Silke. And that's Dylan McHugh pushing forward. The Conor final is on the 10th of May. Killian, McDaid. Johnny McGrath just beside him. John Maher, captain of Galway in 2026. Sean Kelly, the previous captain, is on the bench. Rob Finnerty scored a free and a two-pointer, and the referee, Niall Cullen, got really close with the action. Too close. Collided with Dylan McHugh. Leitrim's Conor Reynolds powering out with the ball. Owen McLaughlin. Liam Silke there in front of him. McLaughlin hanging on to it. Keith Keegan, he's been prominent since the match restarted. And then Owen McLaughlin got stuck in. Seán Fitzgerald there as well. And Fitzgerald did not like the challenge of Owen McLaughlin. And that is going to be moved forward. So have a look at this Keith Keegan challenge. Then Owen McLaughlin got involved, and Oh, McLaughlin, that was a... Well, that was the Dylan McHugh collision with Niall Cullen. Cillian McDaid. Fergal McLaughlin is his marker, and Cillian MacDaid scores a very fine point. So MacDaid making his mark to make it 12 points to 4. That point coming 3 minutes after the match restarted. So Leitrim with possession. Mark Diffley, Tom Pryor, Conor Reynolds. So Barry McNulty of Leitrim, he's been a marked man today. Dylan McHugh, John Maher, Paul Conroy, Killian MacDaid again, Fergal McLaughlin in front of him, and MacDaid goes round the back, and then Seán Harkin got to him, and this is John Daly, and Daly has put that wide. So we're actually going back for a free. So Seán Harkin fouling Cillian MacDaid. So Oisín MacDonnacha will take this free for Galway. This is not straightforward. He scored 116 in the league, Oisín MacDonnacha. MacDonnacha on the 20-metre line, trying to draw that in. He's put that wide. Guys, is there something wrong with camera 1 and 2? Maybe my eyesight's going, but that looks out of focus. Well, here's a massive moment for Galway now. 5 minutes into the second half. Shane Walsh is on. Oisín MacDonnacha is the player who's gone off. And Finnian Laoi is replaced by Shane McGrath. So that ball breaking away from Rob Finnerty. Galway pressing Leitrim, and here's Rob Finnerty. Leitrim can't hold on to the ball. Finnerty options left or right, he could go himself, and the save by Killian Gaffey, and then the ball squirts loose. Killian McLoyne coming to the rescue of Leitrim, and they're urged up the field. There's a big support for Leitrim and Carrick-on-Shannon. Tom Pryor, Keane Darcy trying, and does manage to close him down. Pryor did really well. He had half the Galway defence after him. Now it's Ben Guckian for 2 points, and Guckian has put that wide. He knew it was effectively a free shot, so we go back for the free. So that was the opportunity. And Mark Diffley there, and it's saved on the line by Killian McLoyne. So Galway conceding this free, and Barry McNulty, well, he keeps showing up to take on these efforts, even though the shooting boots, well, they weren't put in the kit bag this morning, it appeared. But this is a long way out. The quality is there. Really impressive player, and players just have some days like this. Drops short. Second time he's dropped one short. And Galway on the counter-attack with Dylan McHugh. Shane McGrath to John Maher. They want to try and up the pace, Galway. Liam Ó'Conghaile. Rob Finnerty, a little bit of a stumble. Got rid of the ball. John Maher back to Rob Finnerty. Finnerty challenged by Keith Keegan. Ball turned over. And this is Leitrim's Keith Keegan. Shane Walsh in front of him. 1994, the last time Leitrim managed to beat Galway in the championship. Mark Diffley. Ben Guckian. Ryan O'Rourke takes Liam Silke with him. Barry McNulty. That's a really good ball. Referee is playing an advantage. Tom Pryor, and a shooting chance. It's put wide. Back for the free we go. So that was Barry McNulty's ball in to Tom Pryor, and then Ben Guckian, the player with the shot, just couldn't force a save out of Conor Flaherty. So Paul Honeyman is on to the Leitrim team. His dad Joe was on the 94 team. Ben Guckian leaving the field.
Paul Honeyman for number 13, Ben Guckian.
So Barry McNulty. It's a long way out again. That's the 45-metre line in front of him. And McNulty has got one. Well, he showed great courage to keep taking those opportunities, and it's a 2-point free for Barry McNulty. And maybe the floodgates, in a positive sense, will open for him now. They trail by 6. 44th minute. So that's their first point of the second half, their second 2-pointer. Paul Honeyman, part of the Leitrim under-20 team. Keith Keegan starting to be prominent on the ball for Leitrim, and the crowd are really getting behind them now. Keegan, well, lost control of the football. Owen McLaughlin, Ryan O'Rourke, Mark Diffley, and that is Oisín McLaughlin, now wearing number 30. Mark Diffley. Diffley, here's Tom Pryor now. Pryor for one, and Pryor scores. No, it's come back off the post. There's a goal-scoring chance. Who's quickest to react? No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty against Conor Flaherty. Fergal McLaughlin not at all happy with the challenge, but Leitrim have a penalty in the 45th minute in Carrick-on-Shannon. Well, the ball coming off the post, Tom Pryor, he was certain, I was certain he scored, but quickest to react was Fergal McLaughlin. And Conor Flaherty with the foul, the penalty awarded by referee Niall Cullen. And there's going to be a card for Conor Flaherty. Oh, it's a black card. You can see the referee saying that it was a deliberate pull down. So Conor Flaherty leaves the field of play for 10 minutes. And they're going to have to bring Conor Gleeson in, and the first thing he's going to do is try and save Ryan O'Rourke's penalty. Well, the gloves are coming off from Conor Flaherty. So Conor Flaherty leaving the field of play for 10 minutes. Well, the Galway lead is 6 points. Conor Gleeson, we know all about his quality as a shot stopper, as a goalkeeper. So they're going to bring Liam Ó'Conghaile off and bring Conor Gleeson on. So, well, it's a scenario that they would have prepared for Galway, that if they lose their goalkeeper, this is what they're going to do. So a fairly lengthy stoppage. So Conor Flaherty receiving a black card. It'll be a much talked about moment in the match afterwards, but this is a big moment now for Ryan O'Rourke of Leitrim. Conor Gleeson just onto the field of play. Ryan O'Rourke, the captain, he was on the 2022 team that were beaten heavily by over 20 points by Galway 4 years ago. This is to bring them back to within 3. He's had a lot of time to think about it. Ryan O'Rourke, oh, and the goalkeeper saves it. The follow-up, though, is buried into the back of the net by Fergal McLaughlin. The follow-up is buried into the back of the net by Oisín McLaughlin. McLaughlin quickest to react. And Leitrim have got their goal in the 46th minute. So Ryan O'Rourke, it wasn't a great penalty. Gleeson stopped it, but pushed it back out into the path of Oisín McLaughlin. And McLaughlin buried it into the back of the net. 1-6 to 12 points. They've a man extra for the next 10 minutes or so. So Killian, McDaid, Oisín McLaughlin, well, has brought this game to life. Colin, you got my redo on that. It was Oisín McLaughlin with the goal. I changed it pretty quickly, but just take out the Fergal bit. I just saw the 0. If you could do that for me, please. It's definitely Oisín McLaughlin who scored. Here's Shane Walsh. Damien Conor staying on the bench for now. Walsh full of running. John Maher's got in around the back. Their lead is down to 3 points, and Maher fists the ball over the bar in the 47th minute. They're a man down. But John Maher, the captain, leading by example. Nice bit of football. Walsh at the heart of it. 13 points to 1-6. Nice kick out from Killian Gaffey. Fergal McLaughlin. McLaughlin surging forward. This is Oisín, his brother, and Oisín, a goal and a point for him now. And that's lovely football from Leitrim. The belief is there, the confidence is growing. It's a 3-point game again. Next score now will be interesting. Oisín McLaughlin is enjoying his afternoon in Carrick-on-Shannon. Joyce not enjoying it so much. Conor Gleeson's kick out. There's Barry McNulty. Great take. Oh, the referee has called them back. Well, Paul Conroy and Conor Quinn had a coming together. The referee's given a free to Galway. Well, Barry McNulty does not agree with the call. This is it. It's from a different angle. Conor Quinn, well, that was Barry McNulty. Conor Quinn appeared to be just holding Paul Conroy to the ground, or affecting the way he tried to jump. Cillian McDaid. Galway have been rusty. They haven't played in 5 weeks. They were in Portugal at a training camp. Paul Conroy. Dylan McHugh. Still over 20 minutes left. Shane Walsh. Walsh left and right, goes away from Killian McLoyne. McLoyne tried to foul him, and Walsh improvised and tried to volley the ball over the bar, but he's missed it. He kind of soloed the ball. It was a great bit of skill, and then pulled on it first time. Well, Conor Quinn is getting a yellow card. So it's going to be a free in. The referee was playing an advantage.
Matches 4,843. 4,843 the official attendance today.
Well, you can see Cillian McLaughlin. That's why the free was given. And Shane Walsh just kept going. So there's the solo. That was brilliant, outrageous. It didn't work for him though. They have a free, Galway. And Shane Walsh taking great care over this, but it's kind of a gimme, isn't it? So Walsh, you forget about his free-taking prowess, but it's there. Killian Gaffey with the restart. Juggled by Barry McNulty, one for Galway by the substitute Shane McGrath, and a free in, and the referee's getting the notebook out more and more often. Mark Diffley. Oh, and that's a black card. So the numbers evened up. So they're going to have 10 minutes down to 14. So just to have a look at that, the deliberate pull down. Jack Kelly from the under-20 team is on, wearing number 24. So Fergal McLaughlin going the other way. So for the moment, they're both down to 14. Galway will have another 5 minutes with the player down, but the numbers have been evened up. Where's Mark Diffley going on the black card? Dylan McHugh. McHugh goes around Sean Harkin. Shane McGrath gets it back again from Killian McDaid. McGrath made the space. Shane McGrath, first point since he's come on. And that's nice in the 52nd minute. So 15 points to 1-7. Now the referee's gone in to talk to his umpires. What's happened here? So the notebook is out again. We've had a couple of black cards, we've had yellow cards. Who's this now? Conor Reynolds. So Conor Reynolds gets a yellow. So that's a big kick of the ball by Cillian Gaffey. Leitrim win it though. Free, Oisín McLaughlin, the goal scorer. Barry McNulty reaching for this, and he just pushed it ahead of himself. Jack Kelly is on. Kelly's first touch of the ball. Conor Quinn. Quinn lining this up for two. Quinn let that one fly, and he's missed it by a fair distance.
Substitute on the Leitrim team, number 18, Kieran Clancy replaces number 4, Seán Haskell.
Kieran Clancy. So some stuff going on off the ball with Sean Fitzgerald and Paul Honeyman of Leitrim. That's out of play, and that was an awkward fall by Keane Darcy. Hit the ground very heavily. He's okay though. Just seemed to hop off the ground. Oisín McLaughlin. Conor Quinn. Owen McLaughlin. Paul Honeyman. Cillian McLoin. Cillian McLoin. That is Kieran Clancy. Oh, and that doesn't look good at all for Cillian McLoin. He's gone down injured. There's a Galway man down injured also. But Cillian McLoin, just something seemed to pop in his knee. So I hope the referee's got enough notepaper. There's been a lot of cards. So there's a yellow for Kieran Clancy. Johnny McGrath down injured. So this is Éanna McNamara, who is replacing Cillian McLoin.
Substitute from the Leitrim team, number 17, Éanna McNamara, replaces number 2, Cillian McLoin.
Seán Kelly is coming on as a blood sub for Johnny McGrath.
Substitute on the ball that team, number 20, Seán Kelly, replaces number 2, Johnny McGrath.
So after a lengthy stoppage, the ball back in play. Seán Fitzgerald. Dylan McHugh. Killian MacDaid. So Galway have about 90 seconds of the black card period to see and get through. Here's Shane Walsh, just dying to get going. Slip from Walsh, and they work it back out to Killian MacDaid. Paul Conroy, conscious of where that 40-metre arc was. Seán Fitzgerald. Dylan McHugh. Rob Finnerty. John Daly. Seán Kelly, some substitute to be able to bring off the bench. They're keeping Damien Comer in reserve. That's amazing from Shane Walsh. Kieran Clancy couldn't get on the end of it, and the shot and the chance is converted, and it's taken for Galway by Paul Conroy. But Walsh's part of this is what you really want to look at again, isn't it? Kieran Clancy won't enjoy seeing that. But that is what Shane Walsh can do, and that's what Paul Conroy can do also. So that's better. 16 points to 1-7. So here is Damien Comer, his return to Galway colours for the first time in 2026, and one of the biggest cheers of the day as he comes on. So Conor Flaherty is going to stay off the field of play, and Damien Comer is on. So Galway back up to 15, Leitrim still down to 14, and here come Galway. Seán Kelly, a big surge, goal scoring chance on here, Kelly, and there's the finish. They've walked it in almost, and it's Dylan McHugh who gets the goal. Well, Leitrim, their resolve broken, and their resistance, eventually, they just couldn't hold out anymore. Direct running, Leitrim weren't set up at all for this, and it could have been any number of scorers. In the end, the finish from Dylan McHugh. They're back up to 15 players. In the 57th minute, they get their goal. 116 to 1-7. So Galway winning the ball again from the kick-out. John Maher and Seán Kelly. He's having a stormer since coming on, and Kelly showing his scoring ability also. Well, he's some player to be able to bring onto the field of play. Seán Kelly took great care over this. Just like that, they're leading by 10 points. So that's a clean kick out for Owen McLaughlin. McLaughlin, Galway's defence bunched together. Reardon O'Rourke, that's a lovely effort from Reardon O'Rourke. Very fine score, that's his second point of the game. Reardon O'Rourke, lovely score. Now, here come Leitrim again, there's a goal scoring chance. Here come Leitrim again, here's a goal scoring chance for them, and they've got it. And it's the substitute, Jack Kelly. In the 58th minute, they've got their second goal. Well, the mistake at kick-out time, Oisín McLaughlin pounced on it, and this time the goal scorer from earlier on in the half comes up with an assist, and it's Jack Kelly's goal. 117 to 2-8. And here come Leitrim again. Galway, and the goalkeeper out of his line, a massive chance, Tom Pryor. Oh, and it's just stopped from going into the back of the net by Dylan McHugh. It's gone out for a 45. What has happened to Galway? What's happened to Leitrim? Maybe that's more to the point. They just keep surging forward. Jack Kelly's goal has really lifted the whole thing, just as it appeared it was slipping away from Leitrim after the Dylan McHugh goal. But look at this. And Tom Pryor, well, he just slipped as he made contact with the ball, and that took the power out of it. So Cillian Gaffey has come forward to take the 45. So Pádraig Joyce with the look at the stopwatch. It'll be kind of way off time-wise because there have been some lengthy stoppages in the second half. Stephen Poacher really invested in this game, as you would expect. He said he was very emotional with the rest of his selectors after the Sligo game. So here's Cillian Gaffey, ball on the 45-metre line. That's a really nice kick from Gaffey. And another score. So they're down to 14 players for another 2 minutes. So now Conor Flaherty take as much time as he can over this kick out, because we are in the final 10 minutes. And Leitrim have won another Galway kick out. Here's Barry McNulty. So they trail by 5 points. Éanna McNamara, one of the substitutes. Here's another one, Paul Honeyman. His dad Joe on the 1994 team. Honeyman for 2 from outside the 40-metre arc, and the Leitrim crowd love it. And there is a 2-pointer. This is some comeback no matter what happens by Leitrim. Paul Honeyman, one of their under-20s. They finished the Sligo game with 5 of them on the field of play. And now they're only 3 behind again. Next score vital, 9.5 minutes left. Some of the Leitrim supporters can't look. This is a team from Division 4 against one of the All-Ireland favourites. They haven't been in the Connacht final for 2000. You talk about shocks, that if they can beat Galway here, shock. It's seismic. So Galway now, some activity on the bench. Cillian McDaid going off. This is Matthews Barrett.
Substitute on the ball in team number 21, McGrath, replaces number 12, Killian McDaid.
Maiteas Barrett of Galway. So they're still down to 14. They'll be back to 15 very shortly. That's a difficult bounce. Damien Comer can't get on the ball, and he was caught by Conor Quinn. And well, they're claiming there was some short pulling in there. Owen McLaughlin making a very strong case to the referee. But just to have a look at that, Damien Comer and then Conor Quinn. Oh, that doesn't look great from Conor Quinn. So the referee's put the notebook away. Shane Walsh, their lead, down to 3 points. Galway in 2022 beat Leitrim by 23 points in Pearse Stadium. It's been a totally different story in Carrick-on-Shannon. Shane Walsh, not easy. So Walsh, the effort on the way, and Shane Walsh scores to put 2 scores between them with 8 minutes left. So Killian Gaffney's restart goes very long, and Leitrim have won the kick-out. Paul Honeyman scored that brilliant 2-pointer. This is Tom Pryor, who's carried an awful lot of ball for Leitrim today. Keith Keegan, Honeyman. And Leitrim moving the ball across the field to Conor Quinn. You can feel their confidence. You can also feel the edginess with Galway. Ryan O'Rourke, the captain. Ryan O'Rourke. Galway have been given a scare, no matter what happens, a big scare. Ryan O'Rourke. The shot on the way, there was a touch on that. It'll drop short. Conor Quinn has got it, then he's surrounded by half the Galway defence, and the referee has given a free in. Conor Quinn caught the ball, and well, the Galway defence just surrounded him. Dylan McHugh there, Keane Darcy and Paul Conroy, and this free will bring it back to a 3-point game again. That's Ryan O'Rourke. Separates Leitrim and Galway. Stephen Poacher has certainly got a big performance out of his team, written off by absolutely everybody. Here comes Galway's Shane McGrath. Pressure put on him. Barry McNulty. McNulty got rid of the ball, but it's given straight to Shane Walsh. Walsh, pace in the attack now. Leitrim look open. Barrett lets it off to Paul Conroy. Conroy taking a lot of steps with that, and the ball is fired into the back of the net. It's a free out. Free out. He took a load of steps, but he wasn't blown for that by Niall Cullen, the referee. Just under 6 minutes left, and 3 points is the lead. And Leitrim attacking again with great confidence. Kieran Clancy, Ryan O'Rourke, Sean Fitzgerald, the defender in front of him. O'Rourke gets by. O'Rourke needs a bit of help and he's lost the ball, but Keith Keegan claims it back for Leitrim, and Keegan had to get rid of it. Paul Honeyman, Tom Pryor, he was on that 2022 team that was heavily beaten in Salt Hill. Kane Darcy in tow, but Tom Pryor still going. Pryor jinking one way then the other. Here is Tom Pryor, got the shot away, and Pryor's come off the post again. They've done that before in the second half. Still an opportunity for Leitrim. Reardon O'Rourke, Jack Kelly. Kelly trying to draw that in. He did that bit, but dropped it into the arms of Conor Flaherty. Now John Daly. Still 3 between them. Galway under all sorts of pressure. One of the All-Ireland favourites have been given a huge fright. Sean Kelly, all these household names on that Galway team. They're winning, but just by 3 points. Haven't played a competitive match in 5 weeks. Rustiness clearly evident. Leitrim had that famous victory against Sligo. Paul Conroy. John Maher, the captain, hasn't seen a lot of the ball in the last 15 minutes or so, but the same could be said for so many of his teammates. Here is Dylan McHugh. It's still in the balance, and McHugh, referee's playing an advantage. John Maher, Dylan McHugh again, Rob Finnerty, and Finnerty puts the ball between the posts. No, he doesn't, he's put it wide, so we will go back for the free. It was a lengthy advantage. And this will put 2 scores between them.
Substitute on the Leitrim team, number 21, Michael McKiernan, replaces number 8, Conor Quinn.
So Conor Quinn going off. This is Michael McKiernan. So Rob Finnerty to take a little bit of the pressure off. Penny for Pádraig Joyce's thoughts at the moment as he watches on. So that's 2 scores between them. Galway's lead is 4 points. So just over 3 minutes left in the match. John Daly just trying to position himself to be competitive at this kick out. Cillian Gaffey gets huge distance on it. And the Leitrim supporters, I think, thought there was a foul on one of their players just as the ball was arriving in the drop zone. Shane Walsh. Now Damien Comer. Comer, one way then the other, and he has to come back out the field. He does to Shane Walsh. John Daly. Daly. That was Cian Darcy. This is Dylan McHugh. John Daly again. Daly. Well, they could keep the ball for the remaining 2.5 minutes. More than capable of doing that, Galway. Shane Walsh in close, and Walsh scores. He's shown several glimpses of his undoubted talent. And there's another one there. And when he's on form and he's in the Galway team, they're such a different proposition. So all of a sudden it's a 5-point game. Galway getting the last couple of scores to calm the nerves. John Daly. Keane Darcy. Dylan McHugh. Damien Conor. Rob Finnerty. Keane Darcy. There's a lot of space here for Paul Conroy. Well, they want to try and get a goal-scoring opportunity, Galway. The referee gives a free, and as Rob Finnerty ended up on the ground. So, just over a minute left. So this is Shane Walsh with this free. So Walsh kicking this off his left, off the ground for 2 points. Shane Walsh, and Walsh has put that one wide. Well, the dying seconds now, and Leitrim will take fantastic heart out of this performance. They've come up just short, but they've gave Galway one hell of a fright. One of the All-Ireland contenders advancing to the Connacht final on the 10th of May. But Leitrim, with those second half goals, really put the cat amongst the pigeons. Galway have been rusty, but they have got Damien Conor back on the field of play, and that is stopped just under the crossbar by Killian Gaffey. He had some performance today. There is the full-time whistle. Galway go through to the Connacht final, but in many ways this is Leitrim's day. Some performance, and they pushed Galway all the way and gave them one hell of a fright in Carrick-on-Shannon. Galway win by 120 to Leitrim's 2 goals and 12. So, I think so. I'm just going to check. I think we're good to go, Colin, aren't we? If you want to just drop me a text. There was just that fix-up I wanted you to do on the goal where I changed it pretty quickly. And I think the rest is kind of, well, it's as good as we can hope for, but I think we're okay. Yeah. What happened to the pictures was a bit weird, but anyway, yeah, the camera, the other camera looked to be okay, but it was gone a bit weird. Anyway, so if we're good to go, Colin, maybe you might just give us a shout if there's nothing you need me to fix, or part of the whole lot. Yeah, just make that change on the goal where I had the mistake. It was Oisín McLaughlin who got it. Anyway, there you go. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, that's good. We're good to go. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Brilliant. Okay.